Hello, Barney 10. How are you today? So, we got nobody here. It's just me. Kyle called out sick because first day of school. Just me, Kurt. Just me. Preston is gone doing his bowling thing, so we don't have to deal with Preston anymore. I have no partners. Barney, I would have let you know, but it came up last minute. Kyle decided not to around 4. That's it, Mike. Oh boy, it's that time again. And since we're going to have time to fill, we're probably going to work on this card tonight. What else are we going to do? So we'll give people a couple more minutes here. I knew you would say that, Mike. Thank you, Kurt. Hey, Adam, how you doing? Adam's the big dog up there at Pheasantland anymore. He keeps winning everything. So, Kurt, are you coming up Sunday night to race? 13.5. Because look what I got to put in. Hey, Brian Stout. Yes, Skunk Boss, all by myself. So, Brian, tomorrow night, 13.5. We can team up on Corey. Oh, that sucks. I was looking forward to seeing you out there, Kurt. That is a GFRP. $20.24 Assault. I picked it up the other week. I sold the other one. You have a 13.5 Sprint 2 now? Who did you pick up? Barney, you're never going to pick on me. Yeah, I'm going to try out the new car. I tried it out yesterday in 17.5 and figured out a couple things. It worked all right. I just didn't have the right tires. But I didn't break it, so that's the most important thing. So you got a 2024 Assault 2, Mike? What are you running? 13.5? Well, we're going to tear this one down. We're going to take the 17.5 out, and we're going to put the 13.5 in for tomorrow and probably for the rest of the week. You have a 13.510? Oh, you bought it off Oswald. Oh, that's a good car to get. Yeah, they can be a money pit. They are a money pit just to start. What new car, Brian Stout? I didn't know you got a new car. This could be good or bad. Yeah, they are a money pit. Like, I was trying to sell mine before I hit the track because that's when it was worth the most amount of money before it actually took a lap. So, not find a buyer. 13.5 Tekin. Okay. You don't have a slow 13.5, Kurt. I do believe you were either the fastest or the second fastest person at that north-south race at Pheasantland. So I'm going to steal your gearing idea. I'm going to try that at first and see how that works. If it doesn't work for me, then I'll say you're cheating. Barney, I think I'm slow. What the hell are you talking about, Barney? You have a 13.510. What the hell is that? So, we don't have much to cover this week, but there is a lot of racing this week. We'll go over this week's schedule, and I expect to see you people out there this week. There's a lot of tracks running, and they're offering great deals. So unless you're going on vacation, there is no reason to get out to at least one track this weekend and race. Um, Typically we're just running slicks. We might start the day out with treaded, but usually by the end of the day we're just going to slicks. Like yesterday I ran these D Phenoms. So they weren't quite the right tire for the day, but anything with tread will just slow you down. Hey, Jesse. We're in Pennsylvania here, Jesse. Well, Barney, everything you have is super slow, unless Travis built it. So just let Travis have it. He'll fix it. So we're going to, I guess we'll get into results here. I don't think we have a lot to cover. Get those done. Get those over with. Then we can get to working on cars. Unless you got something better to talk about. I really don't, so. But I do need to work on the car. So let's see. Tuesday night points. 8:19. Final results. 13.5 sprint. Corey Milligan. Kevin Kuzer, MJ Trellis, Big Block, Adam Shucker, Alex Moyer, MJ Trellis, BL2, Joe Ilg, Mark Klaus, and Chad Kohler. Losi Sprint, Brian Arsenic, Matt McGowan, Ron Ditzler. Trax is modified, Dalton Myers, Matt McGowan, and Brian Arsenic. And that's the racing at Pheasantland this week. There was not much. Now we're going to skip ahead to Wednesday. Let's see if RJ's is in there. I think RJ's ran Wednesday night. Let's see. 8:20 Inside Dirt Oval Race. They ran Wednesday night. 17.5 Street Stock, Chad Snyder, Dwayne Lindenmuth, and Bob Poloni. 3:05 Sprint, Brett Hollinger, Dave Wenzel, and Dirty Dale. 3:60 Sprint, Brett Hollinger, Cameron Fluer, and Dirty Dale. BL2 Mud Boss, Dwayne Lindenmuth, Dave Wenzel, Kurt Nay. Novice, Viper, and Robin Lindenmuth. Traxxas Midwest Modified, Kurt Nay, Sam Troop, and Hunter Russell. That's going to take us to, I guess we'll do Friday night at Pit Stop. We got a few guys there. Pit Stop Hobbies, end of August Club Race. 16th scale, Sean Benson, Brandon Vanderwater, Riso Gamber. 8th E-Buggy, Darius Royer, Bob Walker Jr., Logan Good. 2-wheel drive open buggy, Bob Walker Jr., Mac Roth, Nick Cummings. 2-wheel drive stadium truck, Scott, I Know It All Davies. Followed by Bill Thompson and Dave Bartels. 4-wheel drive open buggy, Bob Walker Jr., Frank Halabilib, and Mike Louie. 4-wheel drive short course truck, Darius Royer, Bennett Marsden, Shane Marsden. Novice, Phil Kanakis, Chris Wallish, Austin Weaver. Let's see, what else do we got? Who raced Saturday? I don't think too many places did they? Maybe Deer Run. Let's see, Deer Run, did they run on Saturday? I believe they did. August 23rd. Yes, that is Saturday. Yes. Final results, 360 Sprint. Brock Hefner, Andy Zeller, Doug Cohn. Losi Sprint, Tim Miller, Andy Zeller, Matt Groover. Mod Late Model, Joe Westerman, Gil Palomino, and Tyler Hartner. Mud Boss, Joe Westerman, Cooper Parr, Tucker McConnell. Slash Late Model, John Parr, Grandpa Martin. Traxxas Modified, Jeff Palmer, Tim Miller, and Grandpa Martin. That's going to take us to Sunday. Then we'll jump over to Ultimate, then we'll jump over to RJ's, and we'll be done with the results. Sunday at Ultimate. 10.5 late model, Brett Hollinger, George Varsdick, Matt Kirkpatrick. 13.5 sprint, Glenn Killian, Les Hartzell, Jimmy Fulton. 17.5 sprint, Phil Marabella, Brett Hollinger, and John Pauly. BL2 Mud Boss, John Pauly, Gary Labe, Mike Saladay. Midget, Matt Kirkpatrick, John Pauly, Les Hartzell. Mini Mud Boss, John Pauly, Glenn Killian, Matt Kirkpatrick. Traxxas Modified, Matt McGowan, Gary Labe, and Coda Rainier. That'll take us back to RJ's. RJ's, the only track that can run 2 days a week now. So this is 824 outside. They actually moved inside because I heard it was raining. 17.5 street stock, Dwayne Lindemuth, Bernie Berninger, Fitz Fitzvana. 305 sprint, Cameron Fluer, Phil Cooper, Medevac Mike. 360 sprint, Phil Cooper, Cameron Fluer, Lance Batdorf. BL2 Mud Boss, Brian Rex, Dave Wenzel, Scott Troutman. Novice, Denise Lindemuth, Viper. Traxxas Midwest Modified, Medevac Mike, Bob and Donna, and Dave. And that's your week of racing. So let's see. Any particular compounds? TJ, you're going to do the double on Sunday, Ultimate and Pheasantland? All right. That'll be good. Anybody else doing the double on Sunday? Mike Woods, any particular compound? These are clay. I should have had softs. The track closer, I would be there. Well, it's only 4 hours away. Scott Toolbag Davies. I like that, Kurt. How about Ultimate? Did they run? Yes. They did not run Thursday. They didn't have a big enough crowd. Do you have any tracks that run iLaps? How do you like those versus MyLaps? I mean, I've only really run MyLaps. We ran over there at Salts. We ran something else. It might have been iLaps. I mean, it was fine. So, didn't really have much of a problem. Oh, 8 hours. Yeah, you can do that. Just, leave early Saturday. So, all right. So, this week in racing. Tuesday night, we got Pheasantland running their normal Tuesday point show. That doors open at 5. Racing starts at 7. Jersey Racing Promotions. They'll be racing at Hoagland's Tuesday. Not sure about RJ's on Wednesday, so you might want to check that. Thursday, we got Ultimate $20 for all you can run. So come on out and pack the pits. $20 you can run. And as much as you want. So then we got Thursday at Hoagland's, they got Mini Z's at 6:30. Friday at Hoagland's, they'll be running there too for Jersey Racing Promotions. And let's see, that brings us to Saturday. And that's when we got the big RJ's Rob the Bank race. Gates open at 9. Racing starts at 12. $35 entry. And there is a very good payout for that. So Bill bases it on how many people show up. And the last few years, the payout has been very good. So if you want to win some money, head to RJ's on Saturday. Deer Run will be running Saturday night. Well, then you fixed the car, Hollinger. Look at you coming on here now that Preston's not on. I heard you be back on. Then we got Sunday. I'll talk to you about this Thursday night. We'll fix it then, Brett. Sunday, Ultimate will start racing at 11:30 for their normal point show. They're going to try and finish up so everybody that wants to can get to Pheasantland Sunday night for the big Labor Day trophy race. That will be starting at 6:30. So, there you go. That is your racing schedule for the weekend. I expect you people to go out to at least one of them. Tomorrow night, I'll be at Pheasantland. I'm going to try to get up to Ultimate on Thursday. And then Sunday, I'm going to run Pheasantland. Me and Corey will be running the show because Kyle will be Big Diamond, I think. And Preston's on vacation. Yeah, it's, it wasn't quite right with these tires. So, It was skating. It was skating up too high on the track. So, let's see what else we got. Oh, Park Lane indoor season will be starting soon. That's Mini Z off-road and on-road. They got a promotion right now. You buy a car, you can practice and race for the entire month. So, if you're interested in going off-road or on-road or Mini Z racing, get out there, buy a car. And there's a new RC place going to open on 9/6, September 6th in Quakertown. We Are RC. Apparently they got 2 more locations, one in Pipersville and another one in Easton where they do, looks like, I think off-road racing indoor. So you might want to check that, or is it in on-road? So check them out. I might try and go up there on the 6th. That will be, their grand opening will be from 2 to 6. Yeah, I need to get more tires. That's the problem. I just don't have many tires. I need to spend, now I spent money on a car. Now I need to spend money on tires. So, all right. So with that, we're going to get started on this thing. That's all the news I got to report. So we're going to get started on this thing. We're going to convert it over. And Brett, I expect your input here. All right, so let's get the wheels off first. If we're going to run 13.5 Sprint, we can't run Phenoms, so we got to go back to Quasis. First thing we do, take the tires off. All right, I'll see you, Brett. I'm always glad to get your help. You know what the hell you're doing with these things. What is a good tire for Pheasantland? For a sprint car? Adam, if you're running 360 Sprint, you're stuck with Quasis there. So you're going to want to get yourself a set of full treads and a set of the half treads. The half treads will be a little bit faster, but they won't last too long. Pheasantland's not too abusive on tires, so you won't be making slicks out of them. But yeah, I just use a yoga block for those. But with 360 Sprint, as soon as you can, you want to throw the baldest set of freaking Quasis that you have on there that are still that still aren't all floppy and run out, because everybody else is running slicks, and once you start running slicks, the car's just going to go faster. So we can talk about it tomorrow night when you're there, so we can help you out. You'll enjoy it. It's definitely going to be a big difference between that and the Mud Boss classes, I'll tell you that. So, now I wonder, do you know if Zach's going to be out there with my old car? So we could have a nice field of 360s tomorrow night, Brian. So Stout, what kind of car did you get? What is your new car? What happened to your Exotech, Stout? Oh, Cook took the block, didn't he? No, I left it in the car, man. I was too lazy to get that out. I only brought in what I needed. And I got to do some soldering. I got to solder up those battery packs from last week. You got to put connectors on them. So I got to get those ready. So I brought that in. And then I just brought in the tools. Okay, so not this week, but hopefully next week. Okay. All right, we'll be there. So, I mean, if you want, come on out and we can tell you what to do. All right, so let's just put all this shit in here. Now I got to take it all out again. Oh, Exotech. I knew you had one. So didn't you run it before? Yeah, Kyle's into yoga now. Just imagine Kyle in all those freaking stupid poses. I know you dream about that one, Mike. We need to dust off of her. It wasn't too bad yesterday. We didn't get a lot of dirt on the new car, which makes me happy. DDP bullet. Oh, you got a bullet. Okay. Brett, you're really selling it with the fact that Exotech is junk. Want to buy mine? No, not many people have done well with the Exotech. How about it, Brett? Brett was not a fan. He complained about that thing all the time. I mean, who was it? Chris Klein. He was fast with it. All right, so here we go. That was a 26 on there. We got a 2678 on this right now, so I think we're going to try a 3878. Brett, what would you recommend for a gear? Yeah, Brett can't figure it out. It sucks. He got it to go fast. It's just the damn thing's so sensitive. See, wasn't it just always falling out of adjustment, Brett? Here we go. Motor's almost out. Pull this ESC off. Go get the fan. Yeah, that's what it seems like. You look at them wrong, they fall apart or fall out of adjustment. All right, so there we go. There's our 17.5 combo. We'll put that aside. So, Brett, what do you recommend for gear? Kurt, what do you recommend for gear? It's nice that the car's nice and clean. Still has a sheen to it. Custom Works car 2. Arms don't travel enough. 78.36 for 360 sprint. All right, I'll try that. The Dremel fixes the droop issue. On what? On what? The GFRP? Or are you talking something else, Mr. Woods? All right, where's the motor? Where did I put it? Here it is. Oh, come on. I spend 90% of the time picking shit up off the floor. So this is the old 13.5 I had in the stock car. So this motor has not been running a long time. Since you want to talk a topic, we can talk about what was your favorite times that you raced at and where. Huh. That's one I got to think about. So maybe you can start chiming in since it was your idea, Barney. Barney, should we call you? Oh, the rear of the salt arms hit on the chassis. Yeah, Preston was telling me about that. They trimmed the chassis off for it. I haven't done that. Barney, should we call you? So you can talk about your favorite times at the racetrack? You know, I got the memory of a gnat. I'm not too good at remembering shit. I forget what I just ate for dinner, and it was an hour ago. Hey, there's Corey Milligan. Corey, we're getting ready for tomorrow night. We're all running 13.5. It's going to be the biggest field of the year. Yeah, you missed your name being called, too. That's why you showed up. All right, let's loosen this up. I think we're going to have to move this a little bit. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. There are the screws. There we go. No, it's going to be hard to hear me. Oh, talk louder. Well, if you can just drive on down. I mean, you could probably be here before we end. Come on. There we go. One screw in. Come on. This basement has got the worst freaking lighting in the world. Overhead lighting sucks when you're trying to work on something. All right, Barney. Mine was at Full Throttle on New York. Watch Cameron race with Dave Peak on Mud Boss. So who won, Cameron or Peak? Corey, we'll stop on in, Corey. You can come on over. You can get my car together. Why am I doing this when Corey could be doing it? Let's see. We gotta move that around. Where's the screwdriver? There it is. There we go. This is the fan that everybody thought something was on fire underneath the car. Where's the screwdriver? Where's the Allen key? There it is. That's not the right one. There it is. There we go. Tighten that up. Oh, here we go. And we'll put the ESC. Let's see. What is nice about this is it has the remote wire for the on-off switch, which is nice. Let's see here. Just never enough room. Ah, son of a bitch. We gotta change that over the fucking bullets. What a pain in the ass. You could run an adapter, but that's stupid. Alright, we can put that there. There is, let's see. Skunk Boss won? You're right there. Alright, Skunk. Cameron won. Alright, Cameron won. I wake up at 4 a.m. for work. Probably Peak is his home track. Nah, Cameron won. I'll pick up Woodsy on the way. Here you go. Oh, God. Can you imagine both of you? I would invite Kyle over just to annoy Mike. They could duke it out. Might be able to get Brandon back out for that skunk. Alright, how should we put this thing in there? Ah, stupid thing. We're gonna have to remount the receiver because it's too far back. Where are you on your way home from? Well, I'm over by the park, so up down here. You know where the Boyertown Park is. It's not far from there. I can put you to work. I just found more things to do. There, that's better. Alright, so let's do that. You owe me a Bloodline Live, seeing you mixed it up. Mixed it last time I was there. Well, come on down, we'll do a live. I can't promise it's going to be any better. I think the cell reception's gotten worse since you came. The one problem with this freaking tape, it sticks well, but the freaking backing just is impossible to get freaking off. And then when you touch the tape, the actual sticky stuff, it just goes to shit in like no time. There we go. Pottstown, you will come right past. Stop on in when you get to the park. Swing by. Come on now. Here we go. Got that in. And we just need to get the C in. That'll work. If Dave was here, he would be telling me what I'm doing wrong. It's yes, the cell phone reception at every single track we go to is freaking horrible. Pheasantland still isn't any better. I mean, you're lucky to get a bar. Half the time you get an SOS. There's just no reception there. Come on here, tape. Has anybody got an easy way to get this tape to freaking work? Just call him Toolbag. He won't answer. So who's not busy I can call? I would be glad to call somebody, because then we got somebody else on here talking. So we just got 33 people just staring at me. You can go buy one. You can go on there and buy one. I'm sure you can order a sweatshirt, sweatpants. You can even order underwear, Barney. You can get yourself some underoos, Bloodline RC underoos. You'd be freaking... You would be getting lucky with those. I think Kyle got himself a pair on. He got a onesie. He dresses in that at night, puts it on. He's got your tool. Oh, he didn't even hear, and everybody's making fun of him. There we go. He is seasoned. Now we just got to plug it in. Come on, stick. All right, 1 to turn, 2 to burn. There we go. And let's see. Oh, this thing gave you about 12 miles of cable. Jesus. I don't know how this motor is going to work. I have not used this motor in forever. Do you hear me beeping? I don't hear you beeping. Oh. There we go. Get that on there. Power switch. Should be able to reach that with the body on. I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll be able to do that. Let's see if this will still stick. Let's move it up a little bit. Well, actually, let's see. Let's put it back. Can we get it back here? No, I don't think that'll work. Let's see. How about here? Maybe there. No, not there. Maybe right there. All right, there we go. All right. Hey, it's Scott Davies. You heard Tool Kurt. Now we need a pop. Yep. Wow. Davies and Kurt Sieber. They're going to go to war with each other. All right, so let's see here. All right, we're going to have to do soldering tonight. This is way too freaking long. Oh, who the hell did not put bullets on this to begin with? Come on. Plus, minus. Well, she fired up. So, does everybody know how to calibrate the throttle on a Hobbywing ESC for the what? What is that thing? The XR10. If you don't, you're going to get a quick lesson. All right. First, we go in. Make sure our throttle input is set to 100%. I know you guys all know this, but there might be somebody who doesn't. Push the red button, turn the power on. Now it's blinking. Now it's blinking. We are going to, where the hell is it? Hit the button once. Full throttle. Hit it again. Brake, and that should be good. That should be perfect. It's not going to stick. I guess it'll stick. All right. This cord is this cable is way too freaking long. There's way too many freaking cables in this damn car. Plug back in. We can just leave this. Yes, I held the button. You guys been calling each other tools for over 10 years. I've only been calling them tool for 2 years. Fuck you, Davies. That was the problem yesterday. I didn't say fuck you, Davies. That was Davies' problem too. He didn't say fuck you to me. All right, what are we looking for now? Got that in. We're going to have to change the plugs. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Oh, we should probably check the program. Make sure it's all good. There we go. Here we go. We're gonna forward, reverse, brake. Forward, reverse, drag brake 0. Punch level 9. Max brake, max reverse. Neutral range. ESC. Oh, we gotta turn those off. Alright. Level 9, max brake, max reverse. We gotta turn this off. Thermal enabled, ESC thermal enabled, motor thermal enabled, disabled, and BC 6, RPM unlimited, and then we're gonna hit OK. Okie dokie. Yeah, I know you helped me. Hey, Brian Horney. Where did you learn to tighten a diff, Davies? I gotta ask, where did you learn to tighten a diff? My God, this car did not turn. So, Brian Horning, you had fun at yesterday's race. There was a lot of traction rolling going on. I was hoping the Mark Klaus would come out, but he did not. He said it burns up too many tires. He can't afford to keep putting in tires. So, man, there's still dirt back there. I don't like it. We're going to have to get the air compressor out. One thing we need to do too. We also need to change the shock oil on the rear shocks. We would have had a couple pieces. It'd have been fine. I'd practice like that the whole time. Dirty, dirty, dirty. All right, so let's see here. Well, it certainly did not fall apart because it was completely locked down, the diff. So, yeah, I'm going to run it tomorrow. That's how I'm putting in the motor. I don't know how this motor is going to work, but we'll find out. Brett tells me 36. 36.78. So we'll see. That's a 39. That's a 38. All right, let's see here. $32, $33. Those are all too small. $33. Might not have a 36. Nope. All right, we're gonna have to go with the 38. What's that? These numbers are so tiny. There it is, 36. All right, so we found a 36. You can put that on there. No, this is a 360, Brian. Yes. I don't know how good this motor is going to be. This motor's been sitting for a long time. Should mean it's well rested. Right. That's as close as we can get. Set the mesh. I think that might be all right. Can't see a damn thing in these lights here. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Let's see how this powerhouse works. Shouldn't they sound faster, Corey? Alright, we'll find out. Doesn't sound very fast to me. I am going with a 3678, Brian. So we'll see how that is. I'm not sold on it, but Brett tells me that's the gear to run. Alright, so now we need to do the shocks, at least in the rear. I wasn't happy with these the other day when I set them up. Oh, and it's already 8:15. So nobody else has stories. I do like these newer shocks on this than the old ones, because the old ones had bladders. These ones, they have the bleeder. I like the bleeder. Bleeder is so much easier to work with. Alright, where's my oil bottle? There it is. Alright. That's all my used oil. Go here, open her up. There we go. I just convert. Bleeder shocks are garbage. I don't know. I'm sick and tired of dealing with bleeders. Bladders. It's nice to have the bleeders. Why are they garbage, Davies? Surprisingly, they weren't chocolatey milk. That's nice. Let's see here. Well, more. That doesn't look bad. Let's see. Close them up. Oh, I got a lot of rebound now. We're going to take some of that, especially for tomorrow. I don't think we need it there. See, I like it because you can control the rebound. It's so hard to build in rebound on bladder shocks. Or take out rebound. That is a pain in the ass sometimes. All right. There we go. Should be good. a good race going yesterday. Went from 6th to 2nd, and the lap car didn't want to give me room, and that ended my day. Well, let's hear some good stories, Kurt. You feel it's inconsistent. I feel that oil gets contaminated much quicker. 0 rebound is the only correct rebound. That's not what I hear. I hear some people say rebound is good on a high bite track. For these ones, I'm going for no rebound. All right, so let's measure. Davy's going to make fun of me because I don't have a digital. The digital readout doesn't work. I have to actually read the numbers. 86, 87, or 87. I think we want to go to 88. What do you think, Corey? 88? '86, '87, almost 88. Let's see. So I'm shooting for 88 there. There we go. We will stick with the yellow. How you just saw me measure. I measure from hole to the bottom of the cup. So you do the bottom. Oh, well, I'm not looking at Messenger, Corey. Bottom shock body, top of shock end. All right, so you do, Kurt, you do here. That seems abnormally complicated. So there's a little too much rebound in that one. Come on. Corey runs no rebound at Pheasantland, he told me. So, and Corey's the fast guy there. Yes, I'm running my sprint tomorrow. Hey, JT. Davy's still salty because I had a shitty car that outran him last year all the time. All right, so there we go. Yeah, so that's just another adjustment. And I haven't really fucked with it much because I didn't have a car you could really set it on, so. Now that I have a newer car, I might fuck with it. So, we'll see where that gets me. All right, now, we're just really working to make the car stay together. Yesterday we had two Preston qualifying rounds. The first one, Davies was there, the diff was slipping, so then we tightened it up. Then I had to turn the diff around. Next round, the car was just too tight. We didn't get a full run in there either. Because then the screw that holds the spur gear on, that came out. So we lost that. Scott is trying to race airplanes, not cars. When did that ever happen? Last year. I was there. You weren't always happy about that. Here, we'll go back. Thank you, Russ. The 20.5. Okay. All right. I'll check that on this one. There's Corey. Well, shit. You should have called. You should have hit the call. All right, so we got to go back in the past here. Let's see here. We're looking stuff up here. It's always hard to find a time when Davies races. Yeah, I can't find a time when I raced there last year. You know, Live RC would be so much better if they just made it easier to search things. There we go. Hey, there's a Dave Davies race, Sunday points race at Ultimate. Let's see how Davies did. Davies finished third that day. Howard won that day. Let's see, Thursday. Nope, he wasn't there then. Anyway, we'll have to go back and look. Who's that, Davies? Corey? That's fine. What track? Ultimate. I was looking at Ultimate. You were there a couple of times when I was there. We had some good runs together. Corey, I always got you in mind for future shows. If I'd have known you were about, I'd have said something. But it was kind of last minute. You know, that's nice. These shocks were not chocolate milk. That up. Oh, we're at 8:30. I hear the dog's in trouble upstairs, so I'm glad I'm not the dog. All right, Barney. Good night. And I think we're just about done here. Once we get this done. 687. Go. There we go. All right. There we go. Kurt sent me a picture of a shock. All right, so I guess this would be. All right, so I guess this would be the stroke. Night, Barney. Let me see. All right, Russ, I'm getting a lot more than that. So, like, Jesus. How do we... Hold on. All right, so how do we measure the stroke? That's still too much. All right, we should be good here. Still rebounding. Anyway, so folks, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Rip Motorsports, Ultimate RC, J Body RC, KHD, Papa Willie's, and did we get it all? I think we got it all. So, with that, I'm going to sign off and finish working here, and I will see you at the races and talk to you next week. Good night, y'all.